Hey, welcome to Happiness Bar. My goal is to share cocktails, content, and happiness. And today, we are making a pretty cool little cocktail. We are gonna mess around with a white sangria. This is gonna be something that's gonna be kind of perfect here for the end of winter and kind of moving into spring, a little transitional cocktail, something that you will enjoy as the months start to warm up as well as right now when it's a little bit cooler. This White Winter Sangria straight from Happiness Bar is gonna be made with mandarin oranges, lemons, red pear, a spiced red pear liqueur, absinthe, and a French white wine called Grenache Blanc. This is our Happiness Bar White Winter Sangria. Now, when coming up with this recipe, there was a few different white wines I was looking at. I wanted something a little unusual, a little different from the standard white wines you might see in a sangria, so I looked at a few different ones, but ultimately I landed on a Grenache Blanc, which is a French white wine, and the grape varietal is 100% Grenache. And the Grenache Blanc I decided to go with was Lait Indigenais Cultivar. It is 100% organic, natural Grenache Blanc. And in my thought process, why I went with these fruits, Grenache Blanc, the general kind of flavor profiles you're gonna get from them, they're all gonna vary a little bit, kind of in the stone fruits and citrusy kind of area, but the general notes I was reading about Grenache Blancs, you're gonna get mandarin orange and lemon and pear and licorice. So I really wanted to bring out these flavors more. Just take what might naturally be found in a Grenache Blanc and just kind of like make it explode. So that way all those flavors really kind of meld together beautifully. So yeah, that was my thought process with this white sangria we are doing here. And honestly, it's gonna be pretty simple. There's not really a whole lot of prep to do, just really kind of prepping some of the garnishes, and we have to juice these beautiful mandarin oranges we got. Lay something down so my new cutting board doesn't slide. I'm all out of my towel, my bar towels. I don't know where they went. So juicing our mandarin oranges, we want to make sure we save a couple for infusing into the cocktail and for garnishing, that kind of thing. And for the full batch recipe, you're gonna need a cup of mandarin orange juice. Cut these babies up. You guys, we're gonna follow the same exact process while juicing these mandarin oranges as we do with anything else, lemons or limes. We're gonna make sure we double strain it so we don't get all that pulp from the oranges. We're just gonna juice these by hand. All right, so if you're making a whole batch, you're probably gonna need about 12 mandarin oranges. You're gonna wanna juice a little bit more than a cup so that when you double strain it, you're accounting for the loss. Grab yourself a mesh basket strainer and let's go ahead and just double strain our mandarin orange juice. And twice. All right, our mandarin orange juice is double strained. I'm gonna set that aside. Next, we're gonna get a couple of our garnishes cut up. So, I'm gonna cut up a lemon, I'm gonna cut up 2 of my mandarin oranges for slices, and I'm gonna cut up half of this red pear. You could go with whatever pear you like. I like red pears, I think they're the prettiest, I think they're the tastiest, so that's what I went with. So, basically, I'm gonna cut these all very similar, at least the oranges and lemon, and I'm just gonna make nice slices here. Slice up 1 lemon. And make sure you get the seeds out, guys. You don't want those floating around in the sangria. Lemons are good. I want half of this red pear. So for the red pear, all I'm gonna do is make nice thin slices, just like so, all the way down the length of the pear. Then I'm gonna cut those in half so they're not so long. So we got our red pear slices, we got our lemon slices, we got our mandarin orange slices right here. We are ready to roll. Let's start building our white sangria. All right, so we're gonna start out by batching our sangria, and then we'll go on to making our individual sangria cocktail. So grab yourself a nice storage container. Mason jars are great. You'll probably be able to fit half a batch in a full mason jar like this, so you wanna do 2 mason jars worth, or if you have a bigger container, feel free to batch in that, but I'm gonna go with this mason jar here. All right, and as always when building, we're gonna start from cheapest to most expensive ingredients, so if we mess up, ain't the biggest deal. So, I'm gonna start with my cup of mandarin orange juice that has been double strained. Then we are gonna go 750 milliliters of our Grenache Blanc, our white wine. Pour your white wine in. And we're gonna do a cup of that St. George spiced pear liqueur. Add that in. Done with the measuring cup. Let's add in our half red pear. Gonna add in our 2 mandarin oranges that have been sliced. Add in our whole lemon that's been sliced. And I forgot to mention this earlier, but we're gonna be garnishing with some rosemary, so I'm just gonna go ahead and throw 1 rosemary sprig in there as well, just so it pulls some herbaceousness in there. That should be good. I don't want too much, just to get a little essence. All right, I'm gonna seal that up, give it a good shake. And there it is, guys, our Happiness Bar White Winter Sangria. That'll be perfect for your springtime as well. Perfect for the end of winter here, baby. Look at that. Doesn't it look nice and beautiful? So, you notice I left one thing out. That's the absinthe. That's because we're not going to put that into the batch because it'd be too overpowering. So, what we're going to do with that is when I get into making our individual cocktails, we're going to absinthe rinse the glass. It's the greatest way to introduce absinthe into a cocktail so you just get that essence. It's not too crazy. It's nothing overpowering. So, that's our White Winter Sangria batch, guys. Our shelf life on that, you're good up to 5 days refrigerated. You'll see as it sits a little bit longer, the flavor profile might change a little bit. It might get a little more acidic with the lemons, which will be nice, but also perfect for consumption right off the bat. So as you can guess, this cocktail is built because it's already batched. So first thing we're gonna need is our glassware. And we're not gonna need a jigger on this one, but where we're gonna start is with that absinthe rinse. So we're gonna take a little bit of our Pernod here, our absinthe that we're using, put a little at the bottom of the glass, and we're just gonna swirl that around, just like so. Right, we wanna coat the glass, okay, and then I am just going to grab a little container here to dump it out, and we're just gonna give it a little shake. You don't want too much left behind, but enough to where that whole glass is coated. As you can see, the absinthe running down the glass. Next, I am going to ice this baby up. A healthy amount of ice, about like so. Give this a good shake, open her up, and we're gonna pour white sangria up. And if you got some fancy bartender tongs, this is the perfect use for it. Grab garnishes, a little bit wet. Throw those down in there, get some red pears, orange slice here. And lastly, I'm just gonna garnish it with a little rosemary sprig here, just to get a little herbs on the nose. There you have it, guys. Our Happiness Bar White Winter Sangria. That'll also be perfect for your springtime. Let's taste. It's great. You get that absinthe on the nose and you get the herbaceousness from the rosemary right off the bat. Baby, that's light and refreshing and crisp. A beautiful sweet citrusy note from those mandarin oranges, a little bit of tartness coming through from that lemon. That licorice note from the absinthe pairs beautifully with this Grenache Blanc. And that spiced pear liqueur from St. George, man. It gives it a little bit of body, a little bit of kind of spice note that, you know, makes it a white sangria you would enjoy in these colder months, but definitely bright and crisp enough for you to want to drink it in the springtime. That is a versatile little sangria right there. Beautiful levels of flavor, man. I love the licorice on it. Paired with that orange, it's such a great combination, those two together. Truly phenomenal, man. That Grenache Blanc is super tasty. I highly recommend this one from Les Indigenais. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. My wife would probably correct me because her family's French, Canadian, but close enough. There it is, guys. The Happiness Bar White Winter Sangria. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Maybe you made it along with me. Maybe you're down to save for a later date. But either way, let me know how you're liking everything. And as always, guys, become a regular somewhere. Become a regular at your local watering hole. It's the best way to support local business. Become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that bell if you want notifications. We got cocktail videos coming out every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern to get you ready for the weekend. Stay happy, everyone.